Hello everyone, this is Shiki. Welcome to another holiday cards video on my YouTube channel and blog. A couple days ago it was Veterans Day, and my husband being a veteran, I made this thank you card for him on Veterans Day, and I think it's a good design that fits all type of occasions. So as we are using this turnabout sun ray stamp set from Concord 9th, I'll start off this video by sharing some tip on how I use those turnabout stamps. So I create this key with grid paper. It's 6 1/4 squares. I like it to be slightly larger so I have more space for my magnet, and I laminated this sheet and marked the number before I laminate it so I can use it over and over again. And if you ever watch other people use this turnabout stamps, there's a key on the package at the back that mark a cross line, so you simply line up your stamp on that small image and use a permanent pen, which I use a Sharpie here, to mark the cross, and then you line up the cross with the cross line you marked on your grid paper. And because the laminate sheet will make the stamp stick on it, so I simply lift up each corner and slightly drop on the key rather than put on, so it will stay the right shape. And here I have a piece of Nina Solar White 80 pounds cardstock that I cut down to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, and I use some removable tape runner to stick on the key that we are using. So this year I'm all up for the non-traditional Christmas color combination. In this card I chose Sequins stamp Hydrangea, Hot Mama, Magnolia, and AUDREY blue. I think it's a modern but fresh color combination for holidays. And I'm sorry about my voice sounds a little funny and being low. I'm doing this voiceover while my husband is taking a nap, and being cold in Casper, I'm having a runny nose, so excuse me about that. Here I'm just simply rotating my turnabout key that I created so I can stamp the stamp image 4 times to create a sun ray image. And I'm not putting much effort in between each color ink to clean up the stamp, because I don't think the residue of the ink left on the stamp will make too much difference. But if you're using any contrast color like red and green, red and blue, you want to clean up the stamp very well between switching ink. And with the turnabout stamps like this, I like to use the dauber cleaner for stamp cleaning, because it's easier to use, and wiping the stamp with a baby wipe or absorber chamois just don't seem to work good enough. And here I'm done with all the stamping. I simply just use my absorber to wipe the laminated sheet so I can use it again. So now I'm using the bigger circle die in the Mama Elephant So Fancy die set to cut out a window middle towards top. And I like to use this circle die because it has dotted lines on each side of the cutting lines, so it will left some details on the negative piece as well. I then use the large rectangle die from the W+9 Love Mom die set to die cut the panel. And I could do the die cutting on one pass, but I wasn't thinking. I then add some color fun foam to mat the whole panel onto a top folding A2 size note card that I created with some Nina Solar White 110 pounds cardstock. To add the sentiment, I used the same circle die from Mama Elephant So Fancy die set to die cut a circle out of some Nina Solar White 80 pounds cardstock. I chose the sentiment Peace, Joy, and Love from the Sequins stamp Merry Everything stamp set. I really like the font of the big sentiment. I think for this particular card design, a bold big sentiment goes very well. So I prepped the circle with some anti-static powder tool and stamp it on with some VersaFine Onyx black ink. I then clear heat embossed the whole sentiment with some Hero Art Ultra Fine embossing powder, and then use some score tape to stick the sentiment piece on the front panel. To embellishment the card, I die cut 3 snowflakes out of the Mama Elephant Snow Flurries die set, one from this die cut with a view Twinkle Glints stack, and the silver foil is from the die cut with a view foil stack, the premium color one, and another one out of some Nina Solar White 80 pounds cardstock. I then spray adhesive it and coat it with some Prisma glitters. To finish off, I add some enamel dots with Nuvo glitter drop in silver moondust and white blizzard colors here and there. And then this holiday card is all finished. The Veterans Day card that I created a couple days ago, I used this KRAFT cardstock stack from die cut with View to do my stamping. Here's a compare of it with the Nina Desert Storm cardstock. And because we're stamping on a colored cardstock, I chose some Avery Owl pigment ink in cherry and sapphire colors. To embellishment the card, I die cut some stars from the semi-stamped large holiday shapes from one this silver foil cardstock and some red and blue cardstock from 2 different die cut with View foil cardstock stacks. And if you look close, there are 2 stars on this card that I die cut with some die cut with a View corrugated KRAFT cardstock. It has a lot of dimension, but after you run it through the die cutting machine, it kind of flies in it, but it still has some nice dimension. For the sentiment, I chose this big thanks image from the Concord 9th Give Thanks stamp set, and For All That You Do from the Mama Elephant Many Thanks stamp set. I think that fit perfectly for what we want to say to our veterans. Here I have another example showing that you can really use this design for any occasion. I use the same stamp set. The sentiment is from the Concord 9 Sun Ray Turnabout stamp set, You Are My Sunshine. The inks I use are cinnamon stamp Lemon Clementine, Sun Kissed, and Orange Peel. To finish off, I added some stamps Sunshine and Celosia Sequins. I think it would be fun to use some green and blue color inks to create a birthday card for a little boy as well. Here I have another holiday card that I created with some L'Enfant Ballet Slipper Guava Minty Fresh inks and also Hero Art Soft Granite ink. I chose the Sentiment Joy to the World from Samus Stamp Python Earth stamp set. I also added some snowflakes that I die cut from the Concord 9th Take a Bow die set, and I coated with some iridescent sparkle embossing powder from Judkins. Also added some silver glitter drops here and there with the Nuvo silver moondust glitter drops. Here's a comparison look of all the 4 cards that I created with the same design, but slightly changed a little bit on the embellishment. I think instead of a card design, I'd rather call this a card making formula. I think it's a great way to mass produce some cards for all occasions as you need. Thank you so much for watching me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe my channel for more card making tutorials. You can also head over to my blog for more information. And I will have another holiday card design coming up very soon. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye!